The following podcast has been rated M for meaty for your listening pleasure.
He was like a god walking amongst mere mortals. He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr, and suits so fine they made Sinatra look like a hobo. In other words,
Thank you, Bill. My name is Randy.
was the balls.
Warning. The following podcast contains some adult language and content. Proceed with caution. Hi, my name is Randy. I will be your host for this, my 14th podcast. Welcome to all the fun festivities and frivolity that my regular listeners have come to love.
Ooh.
If you found this podcast, you've come to the Last Stop Podcast Shop, that is for sure. I have several prongs to my thrust for this episode, so let's get started, shall we? So how does one gauge if they watched too many episodes of The Big Bang Theory on the file sharing site over this weekend? Is it this? Penny. 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 Stop me when that gets annoying. Or wants to strangle the actor who plays Dr. Sheldon Cooper.
Penny.
It is my understanding that the actor Jim Parsons has recently come out of the closet to admit he's gay. Who would have ever guessed the guy who plays Sheldon Cooper is gay, Dr. Sheldon Cooper? Actors must get brownie points when they admit several times that they're gay or something in Hollywood.
Bibbidi bobbidi bacon!
Bacon. 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 Bacon is the greatest, isn't it? The comedian Jim Gaffigan says that bacon is so great that they wrap other meats with it. I don't know who did this, but I ran across some pictures across my Tumblr account where they have a picture of, I don't know where you can buy these, but donuts with bacon pieces sprinkled on top. Sounds scrumptious, doesn't it? And also, I don't know which company makes this, but there is a bacon-flavored toothpaste available. I don't know if 4 out of 5 dentists would approve of the bacon-flavored toothpaste, but it might be something worth a try. I also ran across a little video. I guess in Japan, they were running a promotion at the Burger Kings there where you could add a strip of bacon to your Whopper for like 15 cents a piece or something like that. And one guy added 1,000 strips of bacon to his Whopper. And they showed the Whopper. You didn't even see the burger practically for this huge mound of bacon on it. It looked practically taller than my computer tower. They showed the guy eating strips of bacon for the longest time, and then eventually he had to leave the room looking a little green.
You!
It is my understanding that, I don't know if this is industry-wide or just at a few select Burger Kings, but I understand that they are conducting a promotion. I don't know if this will be permanent or just a summertime deal where they're going to have a ice cream sundae, either covered with bacon or bacon flavored. I'm not sure, but I've heard about this. So get your bacon now at Burger King. It sounds like this sweet and salty combo flavoring is going to stick around a while. Ladies, I have your sweet and salty right here. This just in, I do have breaking news. I have tried the Burger King Bacon Sundae. And for those of you who like the taste of bacon and don't mind the sweet and salty combo, like say a pretzel stick in your ice cream once in a while, you might like it. Flavors of it: at the top there are shards of bacon at the top of the sundae, but if you think you're going to get an intense bacon flavor and, this tastes like 5 pounds of bacon, it's not the case. There is probably more flavor as far as the chocolate caramel combination. So you're not overwhelmed by the bacon flavor, and it's good. It's probably more a novelty item. Might not be on the Burger King menu later on this summer, but it is interesting to try. So give it a whirl. It is now that time to compose a memo. This goes out to the man who was sitting in his mobility scooter in the intersection of one of the busiest intersections in this town, trying to light a cigarette. Sir, I have no problem with people using mobility scooters or anything like that. They go by different names here in the U.S. I think they're called Little Rascals, hover rounds. People need these, I understand that. Maybe you should not have this in the road. You're lucky I saw you. You might have been trading that motorized chair in for a walker with wheels. Had I not seen you as quick as I did, a walker with wheels with the tennis balls on the back legs to scoot around in. But maybe you should have that mobility scooter up on the sidewalk to light your cigarette. Thank you. Recently, I was walking through one of these big box retailers, and I came across a DVD set of horror films. It was 100 films. I was thinking to myself, boy, you can practically just read the regular news of the day and be just as horrified. This Jerry Sandusky thing, at least that came to a good conclusion of him being found guilty of 40-some counts of molestation, abuse of these kids. I was interested in the fact that his wife actually testified, Dottie, I believe, but they didn't go after her too hard. I guess they didn't need to, but I would have liked to have found out the truth of what she really knows. But at least this pond scumbag will be sitting in jail for the rest of his life, which probably won't be that long. I'm betting within 2 years he'll be dead one way or the other. Good riddance. Goodbye. Thinking about this case, you come to think about all the people that dropped the ball in reporting this, from Joe Paterno on down, from that assistant coach who claimed he heard or saw the shenanigans going on in the Penn State shower room. You'd think a guy would beat the hell out of him if he saw that going on, wouldn't you think? Or at least call the cops. I think he said something about slamming a locker or a door really hard or whatever. But all the people on down, what were they doing? Just protecting their jobs, or what was going on there? Just protecting the school? This kind of transcends that. I did hear one radio broadcaster who said, I would never fall prey to that at that age, because I was more streetwise at that age. He would have beat the hell out of him or gotten away or somehow. How do you know what you would do at that age? When you got this guy so much older, probably threatening your family, and also they had the creep factor. I guess some of his victims actually liked the guy. I heard that too. That just Just too bizarre to comprehend. But they also had some expert on to kind of get into the mindset of somebody who would do something so horrible. He was most likely abused when he was a kid. Of course, that you'll never know that. And that he was an expert of singling out kids that would work well for that. No father at home and need some stabilization in their life. Just totally bizarre and creepy. Boy, I wish his wife would have been really grilled on that. But I guess she's standing by her man. She went to the jail and probably to deal with money issues of what money they're going to have left, if any, after all this is said and done. All the things that Penn State doesn't pick up. Welcome to Cell Block E, Sandusky. My name's Billy Ray Bob. I'll be your tickle monster. I'll see you in the shower room. I got plenty of soap games for you. And a mop handle, too.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I agree, Sweet Brown. I agree. The last woman you heard, her name is Sweet Brown. And I'm going to play a little excerpt from a news affiliate report on an Oklahoma apartment complex fire where she was interviewed. You gotta love this woman's attitude and response. It's great.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
According to the apartment manager, the fire started in a woman's home who is wheelchair bound. She was treated for smoke inhalation at a local hospital. There were no other reports of injuries. The Red Cross is helping those families displaced by the fire.
I have heard this woman interviewed on a local radio program. She seems like a nice lady. If I were some enterprising young TV executive, I would get this woman a television show. And she could end every segment like, ain't nobody got time for that. Or do what Andy Rooney did on 60 Minutes, have her own homespun commentary. I think that would be great. I think those words spoken by Sweet Brown should be put to music. And they already have on YouTube. Thanks to the folks that auto-tune these different audio clips. Come on, everybody. Put your hands in the air for the vocal stylings of Sweet Brown. Auto-tune style.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Jesus, 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 it's a fire. "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Jesus, 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 Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Anderson Cooper, will you listen to me? You're a respected newsman. Let's try and get through this Dingus Day story without you giggling like a little schoolgirl. 3, 2, 1.
Time now for the ridiculous. And tonight we're adding anyone who missed out on Dingus Day. Yeah, I said Dingus Day. Now, I know you probably still haven't written all your Dingus Day notes or your thank you notes from last year, and, here it is again. Dingus Day isn't some totally fake holiday cooked up by a Seinfeld writer like Festivus. Dingus Day is a real thing. Obscure, but real. It's a Polish-American tradition celebrating the end of Lent the day after Easter. And all over the country, or in 3 places that we know for sure, there were Dingus Day parades and parties and lots of drinking and dancing and revelry. Now, you could have gotten your dingus on in Indiana or in Ohio, but if you really want the most bang for your dingus buck, you got to shuffle off to Buffalo.
Buffalo calls itself the Dingus Day capital of the world, and it's hard to argue when you see the festivities that break out.
Buffalo, the Dingus Day capital of the world. Also the birthplace of the chicken wing, little known fact. They've been celebrating Dingus Day there since the 1800s, but apparently, it really took off in the 1960s.
It caught on because, for a number of reasons. Dingus, first of all, is a funny word. It's spelled with a Y. People don't know what it means.
It's funny because it's spelled with a Y. What does it mean anyway? My new favorite reference spot, that would be dingusdaybuffalo.com, says dingus can be traced back to a medieval word meaning worthy, proper, or suitable. And here's how you celebrate Dingus Day.
The quirky little rituals include boys sprinkling girls that they fancy with water, and the girls striking back with a tap from a pussy willow branch.
I'm not going to let you do this one. Sorry. It's so stupid. It's really so stupid. Come on. It's torture. I just gotta let it out. I just gotta let it out. I know, it sounds like a bunch of waterlogged drunk people hitting each other with sticks, and then of course there's the drinking and dancing and music and more drinking. There's really ain't no party like a Dingus Day party, because a Dingus Day party is the most random excuse to drink there is.
This is Corey from the Gay and Lesbian Alliance, Gala. Yes, we're festive. In response to Anderson Cooper's report on Dingus Day, oh please, Anderson, it behooves me to tell you, if you giggle like that again on nationwide television, we are going to have to kick you back in the closet, lock the door, and throw away the key. Now I got the giggles. I know you and your life partner celebrate Dingus Day with a rusty trombone, but please, keep those giggling fits to yourself. Thank you. If ever I was to make a best of recording of all these shows, different segments and clips, I think Anderson Cooper and Corey's response has made the hit list. This next news item I'm about to share should make anyone feel testy. Now, this is an actual news story that I found on a website. I believe it is the Daily Mail, or Mail Online UK, one of those UK things. But this is a story of a Las Vegas man who suffers from a rare condition that made his scrotum swell to 100 pounds. And he is rejecting offers to have a $1 million surgery performed, a corrective surgery, for free because his giant organ has made him famous. This is Wesley Warren Jr., and this is a real story. It says here that he has been on the Howard Stern Show and Comedy Central, Tosh.0 on Comedy Central, and it's made him a local celebrity in Las Vegas. And I'm looking at several pictures of this man, and there are no words to describe this, actually. He's wearing a hoodie upside down to keep that bad boy wrapped up. For a 100-pound scrotum. It doesn't really state that. I guess they say organ there too. I don't know if it's like it's just his scrotum or his penis is thimble-sized. It says watermelon-sized scrotum that he carries between his legs. Ladies, motorboating isn't just for guys anymore. This guy cannot urinate like a normal man and must wear a hoodie for pants to conceal his enormous genitals. Well, I think one hell of a porn film, I suppose, for somebody. But you gotta wonder how this guy, just like sitting on a toilet, or is this gonna like someday kill him if he doesn't have this surgery? But looking at several photos of this, it's just you'd think, there was a whale of a party in his pants. Oh my God, this is the first I've seen of this guy. I haven't seen the Tosh.0 clip or heard of this man on the Howard Stern Show. But hopefully this guy will get tired of his 15 minutes of fame and get the surgery done for free, because that can't be. Pretty soon you're going to need a wheelbarrow just between your legs just to get around. Maybe with a mobility chair with a trailer in the front of it to just lay that thing down. Oh my God. Makes me want to cross my legs. But you can check this out if you want to see the pictures. It's totally bizarre. It's let's see, Mail Online, I guess. I guess if you type in Wesley Warren Jr., you probably pick it up on YouTube and different places, I'm sure. In one of my last podcasts, I did several stories about people that were naked and exhibiting bizarre behavior. One of the stories was a naked woman, besides a hat and shoes. She was ran up a car and started stomping on the guy's windshield. And another story was a naked guy applying for a job at a welding shop. And there was the naked guy who was stealing a pair of socks. And I didn't get any other information whether he stole a third sock for his unit or not on that. I guess I was leaving out of the equation. Now I'm hearing all these stories about people popping a bolt in their brain pan and using these synthetic drugs, which makes their internal organs heat up where they feel the need to get naked and start chewing on things, people's faces, people's pets. Extremely bizarre. People are calling this the zombie apocalypse. Well, I think zombies are actually dead first. This might be just saying cannibalism might be a better term for that. But if you want to pop a bolt and get your 15 minutes of fame or whatever this is all about, you don't even have to take these synthetic drugs. They go by different names: bath salts, K2. Some may be more of a meth type thing, others maybe a synthetic marijuana. But you don't have to take any of these things. You don't have to heat up your body. You can just get naked and start shitting yourself. And read from a novel, say War and Peace, or read out loud while you're naked and shitting yourself. You might actually live. You might not get tased as much. You might not die because you're eating somebody else's face off. So, take my advice. You can do most of those things without actually getting yourself killed. You can take off your clothes and just dump a load and start reading out loud at some public place. And especially like airline pilots too, who feel the need to pop a bolt. Wait till your plane lands safely before you do anything. Then just go nuts. Thank you. Maybe this is a kind word of advice. It might save your life. These synthetic drugs are just bad news. I forgot to mention the guy who did the viral video Coney 2012. Jason Russell, I believe is his name. But he got naked on a San Diego street corner and started pounding the pavement like the Hulk would in Avengers. Hulk smash! But this guy didn't seem to hurt anybody. I think he was under some influence there. But he was definitely prancing around. But he didn't get killed or tased, I don't believe. So there are safer ways to do things than eating people or pets while you're on some sort of hallucinogen. Well, it is about time to wrap up this podcraft and turn it loose to the masses. And I would like to thank everyone who decides to give it a listen, whether you listen by iPod, pad, phone, Android phone, MP3 player, laptop, desktop, however you listen to it. Thank you. And I view this program to be in its infancy, so there might be some changes coming in the future. And I would just like to say thanks to all my listeners. And you can contact me from my email. It's randyms12@gmail.com. And you can find that at my blog, which is randyms1.blogspot.com. You can find all my social media links there, Tumblr, Twitter, my Facebook fan page. I know this doesn't have its own domain and its own cool little website, but from my blog you can do almost anything as far as listening to this program.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
But thanks for listening, and talk to you soon. Well, for those that celebrate the 4th of July, I hope you have had a safe and festivus holiday. And for those of you celebrating Dingus Day, I wish you good luck. I wish you a happy ending tonight and a pleasant tomorrow. Bye-bye, folks.
When you will